The latest Devstream just happened, and you guys know what that means. A Devstream recap. Now, there was a lot, but not a lot at the same time. It's basically showing up everything in the next update. But here we go. First of all, Dante. It's called Dante Unbound. Dante is the newest Warframe coming with the update. In case you guys don't know, he is an exalted tome frame, magic book frame, so that is very cool. With that, new Tenogen is coming. New alternate helmet for, Dante and whatnot, of course. 2 new incarnates, but these incarnates are going to be a bit different because they won't need adapters or whatnot. They'll just be actual incarnates that come with Dante. They're Dante's, I believe one of them at least is Dante's signature weapon. I don't know if both are at the top of my head, but yeah. The 2 game modes, it's just Disruption and Deep Archimedia. We don't know what Deep Archimedia is, but Andrade Disruption, it's just Disruption on the new map. So there we go with that. Styanax Deluxe Skin. We got to see that last dev stream. So that is very good. And now I'm going to skip to the 10 Warframe augments as well as tell you a little bit about the Ascendant Fusion because I do have an asset to show you guys about the Inaros Rework. Okay, so the Ascendant Fusion, for those of you guys that don't know, it is the Archon Shard fusion system that they did actually mention about. This is the Archon Shard fusion system that they mentioned about. They mentioned that it was going to cut 4 regular Archon Shards fused into a Tau Fort, which you'll get, of course, that Tau Fort. Well, now they've officially made it so it will cost 3 instead of 4. So that is going to be a pretty significant change. I think I was saying how I wish they changed it to 3, but it's not the end of the world if they kept it at 4, but I'm glad they changed it to 3. Now, let's get to the Inaros rework, okay? So, first of all, improved visual reputation and mechanics for his passive. They removed his Devour ability, okay? And Sandstorm is now his second ability with increased casting and animation speed, and apparently Sandstorm will also give him health. So I guess they sort of combined his 2 and his 3. Oh, I should also mention his first ability, Pocket Sand, looks relatively the same. I mean, they did something with Finisher to make it easier, but overall looks relatively the same. So that is good. And now we have hit 3, which is going to be Scarab Armor. Yes, Scarab Armor is part 1 of his 4th ability. It actually got broken down into 2 different abilities. So instead of both the Scarab Armor and Scarab Swarm being his 4, Scarab Armor is 3, which will let him get the ability and whatnot, and apparently he will get the whole status augment in his 3 automatically. So that is pretty awesome, honestly. And then his 4th ability, which I think might be, I think I'm gonna like it. Okay, Scarab Swarm has improved the swarm logic and a chance to turn enemies into sand cravats. Okay, so what you're seeing on screen right now is actually a picture of a sand cravat. So how Pablo explained this is that the swarm will actually be able to spread and everything like normal, but better than ever before. And then if an enemy dies, it will have the chance to turn into a sand cravat. So that actually is pretty cool. As far as I know, they don't have any special ability. They're just there to attack. Still pretty cool, I think, if I'm being perfectly honest. And now we have the Entrade game modes, okay? So you'll recognize that Lloyd is going to be in the new area now. So that's pretty cool. Now this is going to be where we get introduced to the new resource, which you'll actually need to craft Dante. So that there we get introduced to, oh yeah, okay, so we do get introduced to the new change to Netra cells, which they made it so we don't get any of the bad arcanes. They took the arcanes that I think it's all the arcanes that Bird 3 also sells. They took that from there, so basically we only have Archon shards and the arcanes in the pool. I'm not really entirely sure on that, but that's what I believe it to be the case, honestly. There's also a bonus difficulty thing you can do if you want that will make it so you can add all these modifiers and restrictions, and then you're basically guaranteed a legendary arcane and whatnot, but that will cost you 2 of your 5 Netris cell missions, and it will be like basically like harder level enemy, like maybe around 300 something. So definitely keep that in mind. And then finally, the last thing I want to, well, some of the last things I want to put on is TennoCon tickets on sale March 28th. I know that seems odd for me to put here, but I honestly forgot about it. And then we also have Nourish getting nerfed because apparently Nourish is the top by a long shot ability that is put on other frames. So Nourish is getting nerfed. Apparently only the helmet version though, and not the version on him himself. So Grendor Prime and Grendor will not be getting a nerf. Now, as for what you're seeing on the screen right now, Mirage Eclipse change no longer applies lighting logic. Now it's a tap or hold ability. Like I mentioned, Nourish is changing, but only with the whole thing with the helmet ability, and Slam changes. So basically more damage to scale. Oh, and I guess I should also note that his Inaros' swarms scale with, Pablo mentioned this at the end, but according to Pablo, his swarms will scale with his health. So that's pretty interesting. It adds his health into the whole thing for a proper mechanic. It might be worth giving Inaros another chance. Inaros used to be my go-to frame at some point. So we will see what happens there. But yeah, let me know what you guys are most excited for, or if you're excited at all for Dante Unbound. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.